Welcome to the Ages of Rock podcast with your hosts Bill Algie, Dennis Talbot, and Alan Tate. We are three guys who have one thing in common, a love of rock and roll. Our goal is to talk about all things rock. We hope you find this show intriguing, funny, and occasionally highly opinionated. Enjoy! Hey folks, welcome to episode number 378 of Ages of Rock podcast. Not A to Z Radio, I almost said.
It's been so long you forgot the name of the podcast.
I forgot the name of the podcast. I forgot the name of the radio station. Of course, I haven't done a radio show since Mother's Day, so we haven't done a podcast since forever, except for when I talked to our buddy Kenny Wilkerson about the Stadium Rock Show in Louisville, which, speaking of the Stadium Rock Show in Louisville, for all those that don't know yet, that show has been canceled. I am unsure why, but I would imagine, the bands that they had lined up for that cannot fill a 12,000 seat stadium
on their best day.
So unfortunately, we lost our media pass. That was going to be pretty cool hanging out at the media tent with all those bands, though, because I like all of those guys. I'm friends with several of those guys, not all of them, but
we've interviewed a ton of those guys.
Yeah,
too.
I know.
Yep.
So that was a little bit disappointing, but
yeah,
life happens. It's not the only concert festival that got canceled.
There's been a couple I've seen.
Yeah, there was another one.
Actually, there's a lot.
Yeah.
And Brian Harris, forgive me, because I was in the car when Gilda told us about it. Brian and his girlfriend Gilda and I and his nephew Josh went to Bloomington this past Friday night and saw Here Come the Mummies at the Bluebird, at the Bloomington Bird.
The Blurby Merge.
Can't talk. I forgot how to speak.
How did you do? Was it a Taco Bell night, or was it?
Did you go to Taco Bell?
I told the Taco Bell story to anybody that would listen.
So you didn't. So that means you didn't go.
We absolutely did not go to Taco Bell.
Oh, should have got back on that horse.
Did you just get a hot dog on the corner?
No, we met my fellow A to Z Radio co-owner Jeff Humphrey there, Speedway Jeff.
Yep.
And we met at Lenny's, and we had dinner at Lenny's before we went to the Bluebird.
Yeah, good food there.
I had never seen Here Come the Mummies before. And anybody that knows anything about them, they are a funk band that dresses up, strangely enough, as mummies. And they are a really good funk band. The show was great. I don't know who the opener was. By the time we got in there, they were pretty well done. But my experience at the Bluebird this time really sucked.
Really?
That place was so packed.
Oh, yeah. They're big.
Remember the crowd we had when we went to see Hairball?
Right. Yeah.
There was more people there for this.
Wow, that's pretty big.
That place was
Mummies
packed.
draw in a lot. They do draw a lot in Evansville.
And
big draw.
Of course, Mr. 5'6" here, it doesn't matter where I stand, Mr. 6 foot anything always gets in front of me, and then the spot where Jeff and I ended up standing was basically a pathway from the bar to down on the floor. So people kept bumping into us and knocking us. And my elbow got more boob action on that one night than I ever did as a teenager or a 20-something before I got married. And then one girl come walking past me and just hit me right in the dick. I mean, it wasn't on purpose. It was just.
Did you say thank you?
No, because I was.
You say you got about another 30 seconds?
I was like, hey, lady, where's the hot tub?
I wondered how long it was going to be till somebody said that. Man, I am just.
Let's take
it out.
Yeah, something like that.
But,
go ahead.
Back to the Mummies. Like I said, they were a really good band, really good funk band. They are very entertaining, energetic on stage. I kind of feel about them how I feel about Steel Panther. I've seen them once. I'm good. I don't need to go see them again.
Sure.
But of course, Kiss is the same thing, but I went and saw them like 120,000 times.
Not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did their set list ever change?
Yeah, back in the day,
Back on the
But-
Hot in the Shade
but
tour.
not yeah, back before 22 years ago or whatever it did. But the last 20 years, it's not changed. That's for sure.
Yeah. The only other concert thing that I can think of, Brian Harris and I went and saw Judas Priest here in Evansville
Yeah.
at the Ford Center. And unlike the first time we saw Judas Priest at the Ford Center, the place was packed.
Was it? I was
it
wondering how
was
it
not
was.
sold out,
Right.
but it was a huge difference over the first time they were at Ford Center.
Well, that's good for them. I was hoping that would happen because, boy, it was. I was embarrassed that night, really, because our town didn't.
Same.
But the difference between that show and the one that we went to, they actually advertised this show
This
quite a
one was
bit.
promoted way better than
Way better, and then
way
they had
better
some.
than the birth of Ages of Rock.
Then they had some specialty tickets toward the end. I think it was like $25, the per seats or whatever, some kind of cheap deal. But they're doing that on a lot of concerts, just not Judas Priest. I know that anything that's Evansville's bringing in, they're having to do a little bit of ticket. Man, money's just tight right now. People aren't spending the money like they used to.
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Food costs a lot now.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that though, because on the news just a few minutes ago, I was watching it and they were talking about all the tours that have been canceled this year so far because of people can't afford it. Ticket sales are low. Right. They're not going. They're talking about the post-COVID bubble has burst.
Right.
So all these people that are out there trying to run around and get money and stuff like that. So some of the shows have just the Heart tour got canceled. The J-Lo tour just got canceled. So some of those big arena tour things, they're all getting canceled. Now, I've been to shows.
Let me jump in on the Heart thing. Ann Wilson had some kind of routine surgery, but it's taken her out until further on down the road. Right. So I don't know that concert was canceled because of ticket sales, or that
it was canceled because of ticket sales. I can tell you.
But there was she an
still
article.
Had surgery and had to cancel it.
Yeah, that may be, but it was canceled because of ticket sales
there was an article just a couple of weeks ago that had the comment. I mean, the title of it was basically or the whole premise of the whole article was some of these bands going out doing these arena tours aren't arena bands, and that's why they're getting canceled. They need to go to anymore. They need to go to a Coliseum or a smaller venue, these bigger theaters and stuff like that, and not trying to book these arenas because they're losing their ass on these things because they can't put butts in the seats, and it costs an X amount to get them into an arena, but they're just not arena people. So don't be take your ego down a little bit, and play a smaller venue.
Well,
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, there was just a band here the other day that I saw that was going to be playing in Nashville, and they were actually playing the Civic Center, which I saw Foo Fighters at Civic Center. It's a great venue. It's a big round building down there on the backside by the river down there. And Kiss has played there before too. But it's a smaller arena. But I like the intimacy of that better than I do at Bridgestone. But I can't remember who it was. It was a fairly good sized band. But I was like, they got it smart. They're going to fill that place up. Maybe sell it out. So anyway, that's just my take on it.
Yeah, it was interesting. They were talking about all that kind of stuff. So
yeah,
just a few minutes ago.
Yeah. So back to Judas Priest. Brian and I went. We had fourth row center seats, which was really cool. I had forgotten how cool it was to be that close to the stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
Close enough to scare them.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've been that close. That's for sure. I understand that.
Either.
Well, for me personally, the highlight of that show was Richie Faulkner looked Brian dead in the eye, flinging a guitar pick at him. It bounced off his chest. So, it bounced off his chest and landed at the feet of the girl in row 3. So, it was kind of awkward because we had to get her attention and let her know, hey, we're getting ready to reach down behind you, but nobody's doing anything creepy here. We just got a guitar pick to get. But she was real cool about it. So I thought that was cool. Faulkner was making it a point to look at specific people and throw picks at them. Judas Priest's set was really good. They played I want to say they played either 3 or 4 songs off of the Invincible Shield album,
Right.
you know, and they played some of their classics. It was really interesting. They played like You've Got Another Thing Coming real early in the set.
Right.
I know that used to be a show closer for them.
Did Tipton show up?
No.
Okay,
They
I didn't know.
they
He
had
does
the big
sometimes.
they had the big excuse me. They had the big screen in the background, and
Right.
during one or two of those songs, it was all Tipton on the screen,
Okay. Okay.
so they at least paid some kind of homage to him.
He does select shows. I mean, he's still doing them. I know it's getting
But
harder
it's
for
it's
him to
hard
get
for
out on
him to
stage. It's
travel.
just, yeah, it is. I bet he's done closer to where he lives and stuff like that.
Yeah. The opening band was a band out of one of them Nordic countries called Sabaton,
Sabbath.
Sweden. I think they're
Yeah,
Swedish. Yeah, they're Swedish. Yeah, because
they're pretty good.
they sang one of their songs in Swedish. Yeah. My friend Soren, he's a huge Sabaton fan, and he asked me all the time up until the show, "Have you listened to him yet? Have you listened to him yet?" No, I'm not going to listen to them. I know where they're from. I know what they're going to sound like. And they come on stage and they sounded exactly like I thought they were going to sound.
Yeah.
But they were a great band. I'm not going to, and they've been around for a long time.
All right. Yeah, they've been.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool that Priest took them out on the road. But all of their music is kind of has a military war, you know,
Sure.
some that kind of background, or I'm losing the word that I want to bring here. Theme.
Theme. There you go.
Theme. That's a hard word to remember now.
It is.
But I was glad I got to see those guys. The highlight of seeing Sabaton on stage is a guitar player walks off stage for a minute, comes back, hands the lead singer a Hello Kitty guitar, makes him
Nice.
quote unquote makes him play it. So one of
Yeah.
the songs that they did, he played, and that good dude could wail on that guitar too, because he did a little bit of a solo on it. I mean, obviously it was all a good fun and
Sure.
part of the show, but it was still funny. But
That's cool.
if you get a chance to see Sabaton, see him at least once.
Cool. Sabaton.
And
Cool. Have to try.
as for me, and the last time we all three were together on a show, I think that's all I got. I've been busy doing other non-concert stuff.
Cool. Well, I don't have a whole lot. You want me to go next real quick,
Sure.
Mr. Bill, and let you finish up?
Sure.
All right. Album wise, since the last time, I don't think I showed you this in the last time. In Excess Kick. I finally got that because you asked me the last time when I got the In Excess, why didn't you get Kick? I said, well, I liked the first album, but
Now you got
I got
peer
Kick.
pressured into it.
I got Kick. And then this finally, I pre-ordered this a long time ago, that 40th anniversary Def Leppard Pyromania.
Does that have bonus tracks and demos and stuff on it?
So it's got side one and two. The first record is the original record remastered or whatever. Side 3 has some unreleased outtakes, rough mixed versions of No You Can't Do That, Rock Till You Drop, Photograph, Stage Fright, Too Late for Love, and Die Hard. Side 4 has rough mixed versions of Foolin', Rock of Ages, Coming Under Fire, Action Not Words, and Billy's Got a Gun. I waited a long time to get it, and it's still sealed. I haven't opened it yet. So,
well, that answered my next question.
I did listen to it on Spotify because it's just easier to do that when I'm out in the garage.
I haven't looked. Are all the bonus tracks on Spotify?
Yes, if
cool.
you look under their Spotify, they have that.
I will have to check that out then, because the demos and stuff. That's the stuff I really want to hear.
Right,
and that'll be. I will listen to it one time and never listen to it again.
Right. As far as going concerts, I have not done anything concert wise. We have. I know we haven't really talked. My father-in-law passed away on Easter, so we're going through his stuff right now. He was probably one of the biggest movie collectors in this part of the country as far as 16 millimeter movies, DVDs, movie posters, movie memorabilia, and shit like that. So we've been going through a bunch of stuff, but I found some kind of cool stuff. This is kind of neat. This is it's kind of a thing, but I can't play it because it's cracked. It's cardboard. Remember the one cereal box things you used to get? Yep. This is a salesman copy of a thing that they were trying to sell people. It's called Recordio, and this is not to be sold for demonstration purposes only. You can like send letters and greetings. You can have your favorite music put on here, or No Home is Quite. I guess it was a machine that made these little cardboard records, or whatever. I guess it could record them. But I don't know anything about it. I was going to look it up, but I just found that in the thing. Record wise, I did find Conan the sealed Conan the Barbarian. This is the original motion picture soundtrack. Thought it was kind of cool. I got another Conan. I don't know. It's some kind of featuring. I don't know what it is.
Is that Conan the Librarian?
I guess I don't know really what it is.
Looks a little different.
It's reading from it. But then on the back of this other one too, it's got Rodney McDowell reads the horror stories of H.P. Lovecraft. I mean,
wow,
that's kind of bizarre. And then here's the actual dialogue and music soundtracks from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then here's the music and dialogue from the producers featuring Springtime for Hitler.
Wow.
So
that's probably
I did find those. Man. That's only records that he had. The other thing that I thought was kind of cool, it's not music related, but does anybody have a large laser disc player? I found a bunch of like King Kong. It Came from the Sea. Thinking Man, Forbidden Planet, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, but they're all the big laser discs. I don't even know. I've never even met a person that had a laser disc player.
What you ought to do is contact like Atmosphere Collectibles.
That's true. I need to contact Ashley.
I mean, she might put you in the right direction.
That's true too. But anyway, so we've been going through that, and then like I said, the movies and everything else. So like I said, music wise, I haven't been able to do anything. I've been listening. I've kind of just real quick on the news stuff that I thought was interesting. This Eagles at the Spear is going to be. You talk about a money grab. They'll probably make more money at that month at the Spear that they've made in this whole tour. I mean, if you think about it.
I don't know if they'll make it more, but
right. Nosebleed seats were like $1,600.
Yeah,
I think. And some of the ones lower that are decent, they're $6,000 a piece.
Now I'm gonna make a crack here.
Okay.
Unless Bernie Leadon is in the band, it should be called the Eagle.
Right, because it is. It's Don Henley, and he's not.
Now
and he's not singing.
I know Bernie Leadon was back with them for a while, but I don't know if he's on this current tour.
He's not. He is.
So technically, it's the Eagle. And
Joe Walsh is there, but he's not.
I don't give a beep at.
Yeah. Joe Walsh is there, but he's not an original guy.
No,
so
he's not an original. Yeah,
but
I know two of the originals are gone now. Randy Meisner and Glenn Five both passed. So Bernie
and the fact of
Don are the only two that are left.
Don is not sing. Don is actually lip syncing. So he took some work from Paul Stanley, and he is not singing. It's been proven. I got to watch the guy the other night. Anyway, so I'm not paying $6,000 to watch him lip sync. I can get a concert video and watch that all day long for free. Anyway, and then and Ace Frehley broke up with his fiance. So there you go.
No comment.
Oh boy,
poor guy. So his social media is going to go way down now because she was like posting shit every day. She made one more post and that was it.
Oh, speaking of social media, Gene Simmons' Facebook got hacked.
And what is up with that? And they're putting the grossest shit on there.
I know. I was like, why is he posting that? Because it shows up on the little reels thing, and I'm like, and then I saw, because I never look at those reels, but then I saw somebody had said that his account had been hacked, and I was like, what was he looking at to get that?
I don't know, but you need to shut that
nasty
shit down.
Shit on there.
Yeah, it's nasty. So anyway,
nasty.
So sure. I will try better here soon. We're trying to get this house sold and a few things, and once I do that, I will. I did go through some stuff at home though, and some DVDs, and I did find my Trick or Treat.
I have that one.
That's rock related.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what I got so far. But I've been listening to a lot of Spotify while we're in the house and stuff. So Yacht Rock's been pretty prominent. Oh shit!
We still hear you.
You're fine.
I'm just something died.
Yeah, you just cut out.
It's cut out once or twice. You can hear it,
but you're all right.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm gonna pull.
He's pulling on it.
Don't listen to us, and
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Sounds exactly the same.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what you got, Bill?
Well, I have been busy, and I've been a lot of places to go into a lot of things. So,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
yeah, we could hear you
What the hell
before.
just happened? It came up on my screen and says, "Can you not hear something?" and blah blah blah. I got something wrong with my thing.
That's what she
TMI,
said.
dude. TMI.
All right,
You
so
should get
I'm
some
done.
penicillin.
I've been
Oh,
taking. I've been
hey,
actually.
did you miss us? We're back.
Just take some penicillin.
I actually just took a bunch. I just took a round of anti
Penicillin.
or no of we call it not
Z-Pack,
anti-inflammatory, not a Z pack, but it's same thing.
some kind of
I got a
steroid.
I yeah no I've got a tooth that's broke inside. The one of the roots broke on my tooth, and it was
Philip, get a
infected
job.
anyway. And now I can't get. You think you can't get parts for your car till July, Bill? I can't get my tooth pulled till September 30th.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Why is that?
because that's a oral
Which
surgeon.
tooth?
The
Which
first,
tooth is it?
it's a molar.
Well, we can get that out.
It's good, but it's got a broken root. They're gonna have to
Well,
go in
that's
there and
okay.
dig that root out.
They can get
You
that out
ain't
later.
touching my fucking tooth, bitch.
You need to get like eat some corn or something that's not fully cooked, or
Chew on ice for a while.
chew on
All
some
right.
ice for a while.
Oh, I bet
All
that
right.
feel real good with a broke tooth.
Anyway, I'm all done. So, Bill, you go ahead.
You
If my
say
thing,
that, you don't
if,
mean it.
if this craps out, it's good because it's still fizzling in my ear a little bit. So I'm going to have to probably mute it. So go ahead. Tell us all about your shit.
All right, so let's see. I got a plethora of stuff here. My sister mailed me some stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. Was not expecting it. She went to a some kind of a craft fair thing. She did not go to craft fair. My sister would be caught dead at a craft fair. She went to like some kind of
Flea market.
flea market. There you go. Some guy was making metal things, so she had him make a
Oh,
metal kiss sign for me. That's a little thing here that I got,
that's
and
cool.
he also made a the insert
Oh.
that goes into a 45. So I have to figure out where to hang those in my room.
The goddamn
Um,
insert is bigger than a 45.
It is completely bigger than a
That's
45.
a big fucking 45.
It is.
It's a 45 pounder.
It'd be it would be like yeah, I don't know how big. I don't know what that's.
I want to see the
Yeah.
turntable that goes on. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it's actually the size of this room.
It's like a merry-go-round.
Yeah.
It's a merry-go-round.
That's exactly right. Exactly. And actually that's how it works, right? You just put a log, a little stick on the edge of it, and you spin the merry-go-round around, and it goes. So yep, got that. Been traveling a little bit, had some things going on, went a couple places. We ended up in Nashville for 2 weekends. Not this past weekend, but the weekend before that, we went to see McBride and the Ride. If you guys remember, we had Terry McBride on the show about 2 years ago.
In March of 2022.
About
Good
2
job.
years ago.
Yeah.
And got to see him afterwards. He was at Eric Church's place, which is a new venue. And he has it was interesting. We got front row seats. I just tried to get. I got them the first day they went on sale. I just picked some seats, whatever. Well, they ended up being in front row. The bad part about it is the place is only about 40 seats wide, and it's probably about 8 rows deep. So literally I could have probably put my feet on the stage because we were that close. It's like, so I spent most of the night going like this. My neck was killing me.
Yeah, at a small venue like that, being up front sucks.
Yeah, because it was seats. It wasn't like standing room. So standing room probably would have been better, but it was all right. It was great show. They played great. Talked to him a little bit afterwards, so he appreciated being on the show and that kind of stuff, and actually remembered it. So that was good. Sometimes those guys don't remember that stuff. And then we went back again this past weekend, and I am no longer a Ryman virgin. So I got that off my bucket list.
Oh, you hadn't been there for a concert?
I have never
thought
been
you
there for a
did.
concert.
Okay,
So nope.
gotcha.
That was my first one. So I went to see Blackberry Smoke, which I think that was the 5th or 6th time I've seen them, and so I'm done for a little while because I got it.
Okay.
I like the music, but it's so excited to go to the Ryman. It was really pretty. I mean, it's a beautiful place to go in, and the stained glass windows and stuff like that. Very interesting. I was surprised by how much cabling and stuff was all run in the ceiling that you could see was all exposed. It was kind of weird. But I know that's
it's
just
old
because
school,
of I understand. And I kept hearing about, the sound is going to be so much better there. I did not believe the sound was any different than it was anywhere else I've ever been to a show. It wasn't like spectacular. It wasn't like, oh my God, I got to go here. So it was okay, but it wasn't like anything overly whatever. So, but I did get to go and enjoyed it. It was, and the show was good. So the first, so we did not walk on Broadway at all this past Saturday.
Good for you.
We got dropped off at the venue and went to the venue, walked out, went across the street to the food hall, had dinner late after the show, and got back in the Uber and went back to the hotel.
That was a smart move, dude.
The weekend before that, we were out till 2:30 in the morning our time. But at the interesting thing at the Blackberry Smoke Show, Brian Forsyth posted, and he was in the balcony.
I saw that. I saw that.
He was in the balcony, and then so I was below him somewhere.
I talked to him at Ascend when we saw Ace Frehley and Alice Cooper. I saw him coming in that night and talked to him for a little bit. Brian, he's a nice guy.
Yep, and then I think he's buddies with the guy that's the lead singer from Blackberry Smoke, because there's a picture he posted of the two of them, stuff like that.
Cool.
At the other show, the show that we went to the week before. Sorry, I got things running together. But when we went to see McBride and the Ride, we went to there on the third level. There they have a dueling piano bar. So I'm sitting there. We walk in. Lisa's standing there. I went to the restroom. She comes back. Or I come back, and she says, "That guy over there looks really familiar. The guy playing piano, like I don't know. Look at Mrs. Tyson Leslie." And then he came up and was standing right beside me, and he looked at me a couple times. I looked back at him. He didn't have a clue who I was, so I was like, "I'm not even going to go there." But it was interesting seeing him and a different thing. And the interesting thing is there were a bunch of women, a group of women that came in, like 5 or 6 or whatever. They'd been to a show, a rock show somewhere, because they had the shirt on called the Biters, which I've seen that shirt before at some of those events that we've been to down there.
Right.
And it was just funny. They were all Tyson fans, because they all sat next to him on the piano and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool.
Yes, cool. Dennis, that was thunder you heard.
Yeah,
I know.
It's thundering up here too.
It's thundering like crazy. I was looking out. It's not very dark here though.
No, it's supposed to storm though.
It's a buzz.
Anyway, I also went to my favorite record shop when I was down there and picked up a couple things, which is Phonolux. I don't know if you've ever been there. I think that's what it's called. Which is great. So I picked up a Huey Lewis and the News collectible thing.
Cool.
Nice.
So it's
a best of.
Yeah, it's a 4-record best of thing.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I got it for like $40. So you can't
really?
That, but
that's fucking.
So I got a great deal on that.
Excellent.
Yeah,
good deal.
Much better than what I got it on. What I was looking for when I was kept trying to get it off
Amazon,
Discogs or whatever.
Or Discogs.
I picked up Master of Puppets. Not there, but somewhere else. I picked Kohl's. Actually, I picked this up at Kohl's.
Really? Kohl's?
It was I picked it up at Kohl's, and it was on clearance, and it was $40, and I got it for like $10.
Good deal.
So I'm like,
I bought it for $10. Yeah.
That was before. And then so a record I've been looking for a long time is Mark Cohn. He sings "Walking in Memphis." I don't know if you guys have heard that or not. Great. I just love that song. And so I've been looking for this record. Every time I find it, it's on Discogs. It's like $50 or $60 or $70. Plus you got to pay shipping from Germany or wherever, because it was never released in the States. And I walked up and asked the guy at Phonolux. I said, "Hey, do you by any chance have Mark Cohn?" I said, "I don't know if you're familiar with." He goes, "Oh yeah." He goes, "We just got one, and it's right over there." Not anymore, buddy. It's right here in my hand. So I actually got it. So that was one of my Grail records that I've been looking for since I started collecting again. So very happy. Listen to it. It sounds great. It is a German import, so I could probably sell this in the States now for probably $100 if I wanted to.
Good deal.
And then my last collectible that I did not get there, but I purchased, is the Light Up Eric Carr box set.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
And I got this because I was just surfing around on Facebook, and there was a guy that posted that he had a crate of them. So he sells, he has a record shop and stuff like that. I don't know exactly where it's at, and I
He
hate that
had
I don't
more
know his
than he
name.
could sell.
Right.
And so and I got like one of the last ones because he's like, I think I have one or two left. That's all I have. So so I ended up getting one, and I ended up paying like $40 for it, and then he charged me like $5 to ship it.
I just, I've seen those. I just have no interest in that. I don't know why. I know
Well,
it's kiss related and stuff, but
it's just different because it's not the
Right.
same Eric Carr stuff as what's on the other one. It's different stuff.
Okay.
So it's not the same, but I haven't opened it. But
Right.
you can once you open it, you can turn this on, and his
I was gonna say, is that the one the eyes light up on it? Okay.
Yeah. So as you can see, it's in the plastic.
I
don't want to lose all this, and I can't figure out how to get it out of there.
See, I wish they would figure out a way to do that, because that's why I don't open shit. I want those stickers on the outside. I don't want to. What I end up doing is I cut those stickers out and then I slip them into the thing.
Yeah.
But I just hate fucking those things up. It's like, damn it.
Yep.
I mean,
all right.
send
So
me an extra
show wise, yeah. So show wise, let's see. We went to Lisa and I were in Indy, and we went to see Rick Springfield was here in Brown County, and
oh, you bastard! I'd like to see Rick.
Yeah,
never seen him.
We got him through. So I've been buying tickets through TickPick, which is an app. We bought him Dave's show about 4 hours before the show, and we went for $14.
Wow.
Both of us.
Wow.
All in $14.
Wow.
I was like,
that is awesome.
We sat in the back row, next back row of the lower level, and ended up there were seats more toward the middle, so we kind of scooted over a little bit. But he was a great show. He always puts on a great show. I know people
I'd love to see him.
I can't believe you're going to see Rick Springfield. I'm like, dude, he rocks. Yeah. And he's funny. By the way, he's a big Star Wars fan. He always brings a Star Wars thing out on the stage and sets it there. Like he brought a little R2D2, and he goes, he's sitting here to watch all of you tonight.
That's funny.
So I went to see Rick Springfield, been to see Hardy, which is a country artist. I'm about tired of the country stuff. So thank God we're moving into some more rock and metal stuff at Ruoff. So Ruoff, I've seen Hardy so far, and Kenny Chesney. Maybe going to see Third Eye Blind, not sure. Got Train coming up. Bret Michaels, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yep.
Okay.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, Foreigner and Styx, Creed, and Three Doors Down coming.
And all
Doobie
those
Brothers,
are included?
Sammy Hagar. Yep. All of them are included. Yep.
Most of those shows at Ruoff, I also have a lawn pass this year.
Yep.
Most of those shows at Ruoff are eligible. I think
everything is. There's nothing that's
there's nothing that's excluded this year.
No, the only thing that was excluded last year was the Farm Aid thing, and that's because it's a fundraiser.
I honestly thought that I had heard that the Dave Matthews Band was excluded.
Nope.
Oh, I hope so, because I wouldn't go to that.
No, because Alex is going. I wouldn't walk if he was in the yard out there. I'd drive.
They
the other
actually
way.
pay you $20 to go see.
Nope,
Dave
I wouldn't
Matthews.
go. I
wouldn't either. I'd go get my money and then I'd walk the fuck right back out.
No, I'm not going. So that ain't gonna happen. But yeah, so I still got some shows left. So thank God there's some good rock stuff coming up there. That we got going to. I'm not sure if the cool thing is Alex is really excited about going to see Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie. So I can't wait to take her.
I'm gonna miss that show.
Oh, really?
That's the day we're leaving for Pensacola.
Oh, dang. So yep. So that's what's going on with me.
That's cool.
Was there anything else? Let's see. So I talked about that. More for the ticket. We talked about the ticket sale thing. But yeah, that's kind of. I've been busy. Just got a lot of stuff going on, concerts and travel and stuff like that. But no grass growing under my feet. I can tell you that. I've been rolling. So
we've all been rolling. That's why we haven't had a show for a while.
That is why,
guys. But we're going to start trying to get things wrapped up and try to do some more. I did forget one thing. I did go to Nashville. I took Kelly and our friend Kirsten down to go shopping. But on the way down, I said I wanted to go by Carter's vintage guitar place. And it's a hell of a place to try to find it. It's down in the Gulch area. It's actually only a block and a half away from the Gibson garage.
Oh.
And we went in that place. I walked in and I walked around and I said, okay, let's go. Cheapest guitar I could find was $12,000.
Yeah, they're not
the
good.
highest price one I found was $300,000. And there was a lot of shit in the 90s, 80s, and 90,000 range. And I'm like, It's cool to look at for like 5 seconds.
I'd be
and then
afraid to even touch one of them.
I know. We walked the hell out. And then as they're walking out, there's all these pictures of these stars. I'm saying, those are the motherfuckers that can afford this. Nobody else can. They're selling to the.
Well, and they're not buying them. They're not buying them either.
Probably not.
They're giving them to them.
Yeah.
So they can sell.
So anyway, then we went to the Gibson garage, and I did look at, because I was thinking about buying a guitar, and she's like, I'll buy you one for Christmas, birthday, the whole shabam.
This is your gift for the rest of your life if you get it from the store.
Yeah, no shit. But anyway, we went to the Gibson garage, and I did see they had a Gibson Les Paul in Pelham blue, and it just didn't feel right. And Kelly's like, well, I'll buy it for you. And it was not that bad. It's a 2,200, I think, is what it ended up being. And I was like, I said, I appreciate it, but I said, it just doesn't feel right. So, you can look at 4 guitars and they all feel different. It's crazy. The same model. It just doesn't feel right. So anyway.
Well, speaking of buying guitars, I bought a 5-string. Got myself a 5-string bass. I actually bought it from a friend, and he gave me a really, really good deal on it.
That's cool.
I actually made him take more money than he wanted for it.
I got a bunch of shit I want to sell you.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip you off.
Bring your fucking checkbook.
Checkbook? What is this? The 1900s?
No,
who writes a check anymore?
No, you just Venmo or whatever. We'll do Venmo. Which I don't have. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done.
All right, people. Well, we will try to be a little more responsible as podcasters. Hopefully, life won't keep kicking us in the dick.
Need some topics.
We need some guests. Any ideas? Contact at agesofrock.com. Visit agesofrock.com. Check out past episodes and social media links. And until next time, peace out. Thanks for listening to the Ages of Rock podcast. If you haven't done so already, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and most importantly, tell all your friends. Remember, you're never too old to rock. Until the next episode, peace out, folks.